it does feel like a little cave, the cave of creation.
It's got to be, I think. That's the best way to do it.
Is that what works for you?
Yeah, it's real weird. I reckon I want to make like the next album here as well. Like, I want to write it here as well. I don't really, like, if I could go to like a sick ass studio with like some crazy engineers or like, hella flash, I would be like more inclined to come here, because I reckon this is what gives it that little bit of
Is this the
flavor.
welly state of mind?
This is the welly state of mind, I guess. I don't know, actually. The welly state of mind's kind of, that's a long story, but yeah, this is definitely where the welly state of mind's like kind of bubbles in here. It kind of brews away in here for sure.
So tell me a little bit about how you came across this space.
I actually just like it was really random. There was just someone round at my house who was chatting to my dad, and I'd been talking to my dad about how I really want a space where I can just be away from like my room, because I like working at home, but I feel like it's good to separate the two. So you can just come and totally get in your zone somewhere. No one's going to disturb you.
So back to the space here. So someone was around at your house talking to your dad, and you're like, I need a space.
Yeah, and then they said, oh, well, I use a space and use it like a couple times a week with my band. You can come down and use it. And then, I came down and started using it a little bit, and I was like, man, this is really awesome. I really like it. I want to start actually using this space.
Like, what gear and things did you start to bring in?
I think we definitely like brought in the electronic element. Like, there was like there's a lot of analog kind of instruments here, and they're awesome, and they're real great to jam with. And I think that we kind of brought in that whole, bring in like drum pads and little like MIDI little controllers and all this stuff that we wanted to test out. And it was I think that's what's been so special about it here, is that it's such a hybrid of the two. We really merged that the electronic digital kind of way of making music with the old school kind of analog way, and I love it, because it means that instead of I could program a synth on my computer, but then if I wanted to like jam some keys, I don't do it on my keyboard computer. I can just walk over to the actual keyboard and jam it out. So I think that what we brought to make it our kind of touch was just bringing in that new way of making music and creating, and just kind of pushing that forward.
Is it a good time to bring Ben in as your co-conspirator?
Yes.
Come on in, Ben.
Come, Ben. You big weirdo.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And what's your role in the Emanuel enterprise?
In the Emanuel enterprise, I'm the DJ, designer, a little bit of photography, and best friend, I feel. So I hope that's included in there as well.
Oh, you big cutie. Oh, look at him.
Did Emanuel find this space before you? When was your first time of coming into this? Have you got a name for this place? Sorry.
No, not really. It kind of changes names. Like sometimes it's the studio, sometimes it's just the stew. Like depending on how we're feeling on the day. But yeah, we came into the space. Emanuel initially found it, and then we just came in sort of to come and check it out, really, with the owner. And yeah, as soon as we walked, I remember coming in here for the first time and just being like, what is all of this stuff? Like, what does this all do? Like, we need this space. So, and that was the rest was history. That was like a year or two ago, and we've just been in here ever since.
So I guess you guys must have some pretty fond memories, even though you guys are like, just starting out, really. Like, fond memories already of a place.
Oh man, I've had, sorry to cut you off, but I've had some absolutely amazing times in here, right? Like best times of my life, I reckon, in here. Like we've had some very funny and great times. A good like merge of like creative work and getting some, making some really beautiful music, and also just having fun in here. Like I've brought a few people through here, and a bunch of musicians have come through, and we've all jammed, and it's a good place when people are in town from other places to be like, hey look, let's just go through to this place and just jam and have fun. And yeah, we've had some real funny times, hey Ben?
We certainly have.
One more time, I'ma say, throw on 3, 6, 5 times 60, that's your life. Plus 20 if you lucky, minus 40 if you high. So we show up, pull up, go up till we grow up or we die. I swear it's just that welly state of mind.